This is Reckless chatting with Staxx.
Welcome to this episode of Chattin with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today I got Reckless.
I ended up with another female who was a president of a female support RC for this same club. Yeah, and the crazy part is she had money and multiple motorcycles. And she rode on her own, and we was in a relationship, and she almost got me back in with these guys. I almost kind of let myself slip away, become more intertwined with them, and do more with them again because she kind of smoothed things over. I ended up talking to people who are higher up in hierarchy than where I was at, and they were all inviting as hell about it. They were, oh yeah, you're with, oh that's
Yeah,
cool.
but so if say that happened, right? Say they smoothed it over with the higher ups and all that, right? And
Yeah.
you went back. These guys some of them would still feel a certain type of way. So that would have caused some drama, right?
The thing is the only ones that were left at this point, there was nobody left from before. This is all new. This is all new structure. It was only a few guys who had actually moved up that had nothing really to do with my 86 at all.
So like all turned over, all the people.
Yeah, it had been exchanged. Yeah, stuff had been, yeah, and a lot of the other guys were gone. A big to do happened before in my off time. Something had happened. Let's put it that way. And so here we are, me and her. We're riding bikes together. She's doing her thing and all this other stuff. But I almost got sucked into it. Something happened where they were trying to use her more for her money and for one of her bikes, asking her to go on these trips and do this stuff. And I'm like, it don't work like that. I hope you know that you are like just a tool to them, and you shouldn't be paying money to these guys. Like, there's no reason that they should be asking for money from you. There's no reason for y'all's RC to be paying dues to them. And that's what it was. It was wild. And so
That's what support clubs do, right? That's what support clubs do.
Yeah, but I mean,
they pay up to the bigger clubs that they're under.
A woman's RC club paying up to a larger club like that and actually putting in work too. Like
Yeah, an RC club? No,
a female RC club being ran by a major MC and paying homage to them all the time and doing stuff for it. Like, no, that's definitely not what this should be about or anybody should be using for. But literally, when some of this stuff fell apart, the guys who were doing that, they're no longer part of it now because it got found out about. So I'm not putting anything negative towards that club as a whole.
Yeah.
I'm letting that in my mind right now. If anybody's going to watch this, which I know they will, that club, they took care of that situation later. They figured it out who was to blame, what was going on, found out in that situation. I think that one of the hierarchy at that time, it was all personal gain to him. He was telling them things and getting all the.
So he wasn't even letting the club know what was going on.
I guess not. The way I heard it, he was collecting funds and fees.
I hear that happens quite a bit. That certain people in certain clubs will collect money and not let the club know.
Yeah, but that's
crazy. That's crazy.
Wow. And so that's when I kind of I left her. I was down. I had an injury like 2 years before that. I got crushed by a horse. I rode horses my whole life. My daughter still rides horses and raises them.
How the hell did you get crushed by a horse?
Stupid. She stepped back in a hole and she reared up on me when I came off the saddle. I was drinking a beer and I was holding on to a rein at the same time, and I just pulled her over on me, and she broke my pelvic bone in half.
She like flipped backwards. She flipped backwards onto you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Damn.
yeah, it's pretty wild. If you ever look on my TikTok or anything, you'll see there's a video of my X-rays and stuff somewhere on in some of my stuff. You'll see it. So when that happened, I kind of got down and low, and I didn't really want to do much. I couldn't do much for a while. I had to relearn how to walk and all that good stuff. But we actually, being this female I was with in this situation, we got together after that injury. And she kind of brought me back up because that's when I started riding again, hanging out with her, doing stuff. And her daughters and my daughter, they all got horses and we had a farm and stuff. But when things started going downhill between me and her, that's when I left her and all this whole situation. And my son was given a bike for his graduation um, by her, and it's an older Sportster, needed a little work. He had interest in it when somebody was holding his hand, kind of like and he was all good about it, but he's into his own thing. So I ended up just buying it from him, getting back into the scene again, hanging out with some guys in Virginia. I was all over Virginia about this time last year too, July. I don't think I was home more than a day or two. I was all over the coast. I was just riding with guys, fishing, doing stuff. I was everywhere. And the very first guy not the very first guy I was riding with when I was going across state lines. The second guy, when we ended up hanging around and doing stuff, he actually was a prez for another club that's well known. And they had a chapter in Virginia. So he had left that one club, got into some stuff, ended up getting with this other organization, becoming a local chapter P. And I was over there working on bikes for him at his house for guys.
Yeah.
We were all right at first. Like we kind of redeveloped our friendship again, the way we used to be, doing tree work. And he actually ended up stealing from me. Didn't know that I figured it out that this job we were doing, he collected some money behind my back saying it was for something else when I found out through a member of the same club that he didn't have to, he never paid for any for this use of equipment, that he had got us a deal for free through his company to rent it for free.
So he got money.
He got money for free, saying it was a fee for renting equipment.
Yeah, but you would have paid for it anyway because right? But you lied to get the money.
To get the money anyways.
Wow.
So on top of that, while I was out with some other members of the same organization in another part of the state, he goes over to the job site and steals all of my equipment. And says he don't have to do it. Tried to steal my truck at one point too. Like I do not understand what was going through his mind and why he felt like all this was going to be okay. I did leave the situation alone. I was like, you know what? If that's who this person has to be, and thinks that developed a friendship again after showing me once, shame on me twice. You know what I mean?
And now he's the president of this.
Yeah. So that's when I was like, I had enough, and I was like, you know what? This area's pissed me off. The things that's going on and what's going on is not what I want. I've got this book I've been thinking about talking about writing. I'm ready to write a book, and I want to travel and get more into the culture again and learn more. Then I get contacted here in Texas from another organization by another guy, and you've done some interviews with him. Anyways, brings me out here. Literally, this was last August. Took them, they volunteered to come to Virginia to pick up my trailer full of tools, my motorcycle, me, my belongings, and everything. Just move me out here. Had this big time thing. Oh, we've got a camper for you to live in. There's a shop. There's this and that. You got so much work. We got so much work for you to do. Man, it took them dudes 4 days to get to me. They couldn't even find the guy they sent after me. He was laid up in a hotel room. Right?
Yeah, just hanging out.
Yeah, he only made it to Tennessee from here in like 3 or 4 days. He left on a Friday morning, and I didn't see him till Monday morning. Like, it was crazy. So, some other guys that were associated with them actually picked me up with my trailer and took me to Tennessee to where he was when they found him.
Yeah.
And then hit the trailer up to another truck and stuff, and then
you went back.
Then I came to Texas.
So is this the first time you've ever been to Texas?
Yeah, last August I came to Waco. Yeah.
So what was it like going from Virginia to Texas?
It was a culture shock. It was in a way because it was like the weather was different, the people were different, the area, the life is different. It's. I mean, now I'm used to it, but back in the beginning, though, it was like it was more fast paced as far as from A to B. From oh shit, you're on the highway, you might as well drive like you don't exist. You know what I mean? Like, because if you drive like you exist, you're not going to exist no longer. You're going to get run over, or something's going to happen to you. I get on this. I get to Waco finally, to this member at the time who finally you know, go to his house, and the camper I was told I had to live in is missing a wall, an external wall. It's got a hole in the roof. There's a possum living in it.
What?
Like, yeah, dude. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Oh, we figured you could clean it up and fix it. And I'm like, I'm not living in this. This is bullshit, right? And then, so I stayed in this house for like his actual house for like 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, I couldn't do it no more because there were so many people. And I'm talking about a guy who had a lot of money. You know, he got a settlement from something that happened when he was younger. You know, I don't even go into detail, but he had $1 million, but he lived like he was poor as dirt. You know what I mean?
That's how you save money, man. That's how you save money. Right?
No, he just didn't give a shit. He had like he had his of age child living there with his girlfriend, had another guy living there with his girlfriend, had another guy living there with his girlfriend, like, and then him and his girlfriend. So there was 5 grown ass men, me being the 5th, and a house full of dogs. They had like
too much.
10 pit bulls, dude. And I'm like, I'm sleeping on an army cot in a living room. The living room, which had no furniture, just a wide open room with dogs everywhere.
You trying to sleep? There's dogs running around everywhere.
It's crazy. So I ended up actually in Waco. They had a clubhouse shop, whatever you want to call it. I ended up just living in that thing for a couple months. You know, staying in this garage on a couch, working on bikes, doing.
Did you start prospecting?
Man, yeah, like pretty much right away. Like, but I was also the only one riding. So
how come they weren't riding?
The one guy who was closest, like the chapter I was in was small. Like there wasn't like 3 people when I got there, and there were some nationals around the area, but a bike was down, or maybe they would go for a ride here and there, but it was never like what I used to doing. You know, I'm riding, I'm going from A to B to B to C. Like my TikTok tells a lot of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like normally when you would be riding back home, how many people would you be with? Well, how big would the groups be?
Oh, anywhere from 2 to 10 of us sometimes. Most of the time.
Would you guys go really fast?
Yeah. Well, you know, we'd be 90 miles an hour on the interstate. You know, everywhere we go. And sometimes I was breaking speed limits in the town too all the time, but that's what it was.
Yeah.
So So, anyways, get there. Ain't so kosher to me. There, like I'm never going to put down any club and what they started trying to build or what they started as.
You're on TikTok. You want to tell the people where they can find you on TikTok?
Reckless with the number 1 after reckless. If you check out some content, laugh. I got a lot of cool, funny stuff over now. Yeah, so
definitely. You want to give anyone a shout out before we go?
I'll say I appreciate like the brothers I have now, along with there's 2 brothers out there, one in Virginia, one in North Carolina, and you both will know who you are. Appreciate y'all.
If you like this show, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. And if you don't like this show, too bad, start your own podcast. Peace.